Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Chinese authorities recently issued a new international flight policy which requires that any overseas Chinese in high-risk countries who wish to return to China must have a negative nucleic acid test result performed within 120 hours before flight departure. However, in Italy and the United Kingdom, people with no symptoms cannot take the test, and therefore they cannot return home. This new rule ends up being a catch-22 for Chinese students who plan to fly back to China. In the following video, a Chinese student stranded in Italy ranted about the newly announced policy and explained in great detail as to why the chances of returning home are slim to none.
There is a particular issue I have to mention today. The Chinese embassy in Italy issued a new rule which says, from today on, all personnel returning to China on their charter flights must take a coronavirus nucleic acid test within 120 hours before the flight departure time. It was emphasized that serum test results will not be considered. It has to be a negative nucleic acid result from an Italian testing institute. However, we all know that, at least those who have been paying attention to the pandemic situation in Italy should know that. Presently, people with no symptoms cannot get the test done. Even if you had contacts with confirmed cases, it takes a long time to schedule a test. We simply don't have any way, any channel, to book a nucleic acid test. Even getting serum test appointments are difficult. Not to mention that the new rule says serum test results will not be accepted and it must be a nucleic acid test. Another odd thing is that even after the test, we will still be required to quarantine for 14 days upon returning to China. That quarantine rule will not be relaxed. We have heard about the situation of non-Chinese executives who fly to China via charter flights. Although they also need to undergo quarantine, and oftentimes for 14 days, if they fly to Shanghai airport, the quarantine time can be shortened to 48 hours if they have a negative test result. They are free to start normal activities after 48 hours. The Chinese embassy announced this new rule, and the chartered flight is also arranged by the embassy. But the embassy itself does not plan to provide any nucleic acid test service for Chinese nationals. Basically, they are telling us, although you have the ticket, you may not be able to board the plane. That I don't care. All I am asking is that you must present the test result. There is a flight to China tomorrow, and the new rule is effective from today on. Tell me, how can I get this test performed within 24 hours? Not to mention it takes extra time for the result to come out. Officials at the Chinese embassy, I would like to ask you to post a blog article to teach everyone how to accomplish this mission impossible. Does it sound like a good suggestion?
Many Chinese students studying in Europe just graduated from school and their visas are about to expire. Therefore, they have an urgent need to return to China.